This podcast contains explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
I don't like my mind right now. Stacking up problems that are so unnecessary.
April 2nd, 2017 is going to be a historic day for Max Wrestling. Because not only is April 2nd going to be the date of the second annual PromoMania special, it's the day that I become the Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion. But more importantly, April 2nd is the day that my time on Max Wrestling comes to an end. And trust me when I tell you, I am leaving with the Max Wrestling Knowledge Championship.
Holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on. Just so much more than I can carry. I keep dragging around what's bringing me down. If I just let go, I'll be set free. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy?
Welcome to the Max Wrestling Podcast, PromoMania. Welcome to the Max Wrestling Podcast, PromoMania Pre Show. You are here with the captains, the Phoenix, the Butcher and Mike Larkin. How you doing?
Oh, fine.
Ready for the show. Right, let me get the guests on. Could we like the guests? How are we doing?
Good.
I know Butchers are watching Classic SmackDown at the moment.
I'm watching Classic SmackDown, man. Classic SmackDown makes my mouth water. Do you know what I mean? I love... Exactly. Classic fucking SmackDown, man. Classic SmackDown,
2000.
Classic Raw.
To 2008. Oh, now you're talking.
Yes, exactly. This is the fucking problem with the network. The problem with the network isn't that it's actually a problem, but when I want to watch fucking what I actually want to watch, they don't fucking give me what I want to watch.
They're slow uploaded.
I could easily sit there, right, and watch from day one that Raw graced this, or from 2000. I could watch every episode of Raw and SmackDown again. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be an issue, because to me, fucking the content back then was superb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Watching Brock Lesnar be Brock Lesnar, having a laugh and a joke with Kurt Angle. It's fucking comical. You can't.
You're talking to me. I'm the champion.
Extra music.
You know what I mean? They just can't produce that sort of material anymore. It is just fucking impossible.
Although
And then
SmackDown
people
is better
say
than
Brock
Raw.
Lesnar's got no charisma. Fucking hell. You watched his earlier shit, man. When they allow Brock Lesnar to be Brock Lesnar, instead of you utilize him as this fucking guy that stays quiet and just... Do you know what I mean?
Just bounces.
Plods
He needs to
along.
fucking
Yeah.
stand still. He
Yeah.
must have had his pants or something.
It fucking winds me up, that does. It does wind me up. There's a few weeks when Brock Lesnar decides to grace TV. Every week I feel, fucking hell, am I gonna make him it?
It's how much they pay him as well. Do you know what I mean? His contract is so big for these tiny appearances. And that's it. You're paying all this money for him to come out for 5 minutes to fucking up on the spot.
Yeah. And just snarl and look evil. We know he's evil. Do you know what I mean? We know he's energetic. He's been doing the same bouncy bounce thing for fucking years. It looks like he's fucking been sniffing some fucking coke. Do you know what I mean? If there was one guy you were going to drugs test, well, he has. He failed in UFC. But if there was one guy you were going to drugs test, Brock Lesnar would be the first person. You'd have to be brave, and do you know what I mean? Excuse me, Brock.
Oh, Joe
do you
Rogan would
mind?
be the first person you test.
No,
No, he'd be the
I'd
first person I shoot.
Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine that poor guy? Can you imagine that poor guy that has to knock on Brock's door and go, "Excuse me, Brock. Sorry to bother you, sir. Would you mind pissing into this?" No, I'm sorry, Brock. I will piss into it.
It's probably Ty Dillinger. He's Stan again.
Yeah.
Right, we're still waiting for Evan, so in the meantime, I'm going to run Kinny's predictions for WrestleMania because he can't make the main show live, but he has sent, he will be appearing via satellite with little segments of his questions which have already been recorded. So here's his predictions for tomorrow night's WrestleMania before we get on to ours. So obviously we know the main event is likely to be a 3-minute match, if we're lucky, between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg for the Universal title. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. The thing is, it's intriguing. We'll see, because I want to see how well Goldberg does, like how well he looks, whether he gets gassed out in like 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't see him actually giving people a 3-minute main event for WrestleMania.
Mm.
Especially in Orlando, which has become quite a smarky city since NXT rolled in. And I think the foregone conclusion is Brock Lesnar takes the championship and then drops it maybe at SummerSlam to Roman.
Yeah. You reckon SummerSlam that soon?
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard. And you know, with Brock, he does the big events. So if he is the Universal Champion, he'll be likely to SummerSlam or maybe Extreme Rules if it's even that quicker.
Yeah, this just depends on who, you know, whether they are going for this, you know, Mania 3 for, what's it called, Lesnar against Reigns. So they might. The thing is, you know, we got Money in the Bank. I don't know if it's going to be a SmackDown specific pay-per-view or if it's going to be both. It should be both, really, and then have both briefcases. But yeah, it's or they have one pay-per-view which has Raw participants and SmackDown participants.
Yeah,
that will be interesting. But yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see where they go from here, because you know there's a long time between there, you know, both WrestleManias. But yeah, I predict obviously Goldberg as well. I'm sorry, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
As I say that confidently while I'm holding my Bailey Bear.
Oh, don't show the club. They don't like bears.
Oh, good.
So speaking of Roman, he's got the big dog. Well, is he the big dog? Which one's the dog now? I don't know. He's the big dog. And Taker's the old dog.
Oh my God. Speaking of like proper trying to shove down the throat, how many times do you want to say, "'Cause I'm the big dog now. This is my yard now. This is my yard." Like, dude, come on. Like, you don't need to say that all the time. We know you're facing the Undertaker. Just allow it now. Like, how much more do they want us to hate his guts?
Yeah, and they suddenly seem to remember it's Undertaker's yard. I don't think they've called it that for years since he dropped the American Badass gimmick.
Yeah, or Booger Red. It's Booger Red. It's big Booger Red.
So most reports are suggesting Roman Reigns is going over Taker, which normally people would be fine with because it's a younger talent going over the old part-timer. But this is Undertaker we're talking about, and Roman Reigns.
Well, see, this is the thing, is because it's like, I think that Taker should retire next year, right? And if he retires next year, he's going to do the job and lie down on his back. Come on, he can't lie down on his back 2 times in a row. But it's like, what happens to Roman, you know? I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's you know, to me, I'm thinking, okay, Roman is gonna go over, or maybe they kept Roman strong against Braun because Roman's gonna do the job for Taker. But we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I'm just gonna be smart and say Roman.
Yeah, I think we said, I think we both said last week that if Roman is going over, then the ideal thing would be to turn him complete heel.
Yes, yeah, definitely, because he's gonna be heel against Brock anyway, you know.
Yeah, and he's got to be heel against Taker because he ain't gonna get cheered. Even if he was being cheered now, he wouldn't be cheered against the Undertaker.
Dude, we're in Orlando. This is like WWE Central. Like, he's gonna get booed the hell. Like, you know, he's gonna get booed, man.
So I think the main event we're hoping for is Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. I think when Orton won the Rumble, everyone immediately assumed he was going to win the title at the WrestleMania. But as we've seen in the past, Rumble winners don't necessarily win the championship at WrestleMania, so there is a possibility Bray could retain.
Yeah, if it was me, I would make Bray retain. I mean, like, it's time to make this guy strong, which means make him have the title for a while, you know? Keep Randy Orton chasing, and just keep the intrigue, you know? Keep it going, because, I mean, in this whole feud, is Randy really the babyface? The dude burned down someone's house and burned the remains of his sister. Like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think they should keep I think they should keep the title on Bray. You know, he's done this new, you know, put this, the baptized by the remains and all that. Keep him strong, man. Keep it. Randy got the revenge. Randy got the revenge. He got the payoff already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So make Reigns, you know, revenge for the sister Abby. Yeah.
Randy was definitely the heel. I felt sorry for Bray when he was watching that fire.
It took him to another place, man.
Yeah. Well, Randy doesn't need a win, obviously. I mean, he's a 12-time world champion.
Yeah.
And he's been known to put people over in the past, unlike the other multiple-time champion, but that's another story. So, yeah, I wouldn't have a hard time believing Orton would be happy to put Bray over.
Yeah.
And it'd be a great WrestleMania moment for Bray, finally.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think that's what needs to happen. RKO reversing to the sister Sister Abigail and done. Or a new move. Now Sister Abigail's passed, maybe, you know, the remains are gone, maybe a new move. You know, imagine Bray Wyatt doing a shooting star press off the
Well, he's a big guy, so I hope he has more luck than Brock.
Oh man, I just watched that this morning. Free to air on YouTube. Free. They're giving that away for free. Watch it.
Well, they give the network away for free for 30 days.
Me, I've already been there, done that. It's not free anymore.
So I think the most controversial match this year is AJ versus Shane, which I've already stated I'd never had a problem with in the first place, but I think they're proving me right week after week, especially after that elbow drop last week. Obviously, Shane still got it.
Yeah, because you did say on our 200th episode that you know, you had no problem with it, and I mean I did at the beginning, but now, you know, after speaking to you and some of the others about you know, this is a big moment for AJ, a big spot to be able to be given that recognition for him to, you know, take Shane through it. Yeah, the elbow drop was nice, but I think it was a bit of a giveaway though. I think they should have saved that. The only thing that annoys me is that they're making us believe that Shane is on the same level as AJ, where it should be Shane really being the underdog. He should just be the underdog and then bring all of these big fight moves, you know, at WrestleMania, because there's not going to be no cell for him to jump off. You know, maybe he'll do a coast to coast, but yeah, what left is there for Shane to do? And dude, you just stop them punches. Stop it.
I was gonna say exactly the same thing. Oh, they look so weak.
It doesn't help AJ at all, man.
I mean, he should just do his old, you know, pop and dance punch like he used to do back in the day with the old shuffle.
Yeah. Wait. Is someone outside revving a motorbike? Because I can
I think
hear
it's a lawnmower. It's surprisingly in the UK, listeners, it's sunny.
Oh,
it's very sunny.
Yeah. Get your lawnmowers out. It's sunny. And I'm not talking about Tammy.
Oh, you know, and you get something else out for Sunny.
Ooh.
Ooh. Actually, a video I saw this morning was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in Montreal, and Sami Zayn actually went over on Kevin Owens, and he cut this promo afterwards about their careers together and their rivalry, and there was someone actually got footage of Kevin Owens wiping some tears away.
Oh wow, I need to catch that. Where was that? Where did you find that? Was it on like Dirt Sheets?
Facebook somewhere, but there is a video on the web. So yeah, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the US title. It was nice to see a bit of humanity in Kevin Owens, because people just assume he's this cold-hearted dick to people when he's not.
No.
He just plays a heel very, very well.
Exactly. The build for this match has been really, really good. You know, Jericho, serious promo on Raw last week, and you know, I'm happy with. I'm very much happy with the way this has been built. You know, Jericho's going to be going away for a bit, so you know, they say Owens will probably go over. You know, does Jericho get his revenge when he comes back rather than here? Who knows? But you know, maybe we see Owens win, but then carry on beating up Jericho to do the injury angle to make him go away again. But I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's going to be a potential show stealer.
Yeah, I'm just sorry the list probably won't be involved now that it's been retired.
Well, we got your list.
Oh, we got more. Mine's well and truly safe. It's chained up behind 12 combination vault door. My list is fine.
Yeah, with like a million pages.
Yeah. I'm sure. I hope Jericho's got photocopies, or they were the photocopies. They weren't the original pages. If all else fails, he's still got the list of KO.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I've always said though I was a bit sorry that this isn't for the Universal Championship because they deserved it for keeping Raw interesting for the past year. But I'm sure it's going to be a great match anyway.
Yeah.
And like we said, Jericho's probably going away for a bit with Fozzy. So we're going to see another US title reign from Kevin Owens. The one that he stamped on when he first came up. So the Women's Championship match is now a fatal 4-way. They love multiple women matches at WrestleMania.
I know, man.
I don't know why they didn't just add Nia Jax to begin with, because we all knew she was going to get in.
I think it's too soon. I mean, it does add a good dynamic for the three. It does, add that. I think that having the three would have been an amazing triple threat match, and then Nia comes in, after WrestleMania. But I think they probably have plans for people, coming up and stuff. So the Raw women's roster needs more women on there, definitely. But so, we have these four, and I think they're still gonna have a good match. Nia plays that big woman role, that monster role, really, really good. So in terms of strength and power and stuff, maybe not talking. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a good match, and I think that Sasha is going to take the title, and with a build to Sasha versus Bayley, or Bayley wins the title and Sasha screws her after.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely expecting a Sasha heel turn, but I'm also expecting this to be where we see the Bayley that we saw at NXT.
Yes.
Who isn't nervous and shy and just goes out there and wrestles her ass off.
And Bayley, man, she is put herself in some tremendous shape. You seen them abs?
Oh yeah.
Bayley's going in, man. She's going in.
That's from all the hugging. Hugging creates abs.
That's my new workout, man. the hug technique.
So we got a mixed tag match this year between Cena and Nikki versus The Miz and Maurice, or should we say Cena B and Nikki B.
Yeah. The artist formerly known as the Bullbag. The Miz, some great work. Great work on the mic. All hell Miz, he's been amazing. Cena's, we all know what Cena can do, and he's been serious, which has been great. Come on, Talking Smack last week, and just kept it real. What a promo that was. Obviously, we spoke about this on the 200th episode. It's going to be more about Cena and the Miz, which is great, hopefully they're gonna have a good match, and it's gonna be nice to see Maurice wrestling, because Maurice, I liked her as a heel.
Yeah, definitely. I think some of today's generation don't actually know that she used to be a Divas champion. They just think, oh, it's Miz's wife. No. She used to dominate the Divas division.
Yeah.
And awesome stuff on SmackDown with Total Bella's bullshit.
Yeah.
Great stuff. The only thing that it's the same thing all the time with Cena that winds me up during these rivalry builds is when somebody completely owns him on the mic and then he just shuts it all completely down and dismisses everything that they've said. I suppose he's gonna do that anyway, but it just takes away from what the opponent did and what they said.
I know.
We're going to all the lesser important matches now, so let's get the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal out of the way, because at first he was going to be against Shaquille O'Neal, but now Big Show has been revealed to be part of the match.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't have been interested in seeing the Big Show Shaq match anyway. But I mean, with Big Show being in the Battle Royal, I think that the Battle Royal is going to have some interesting participants in it, with him and Braun Strowman and probably some others. It's a straight shoot out of him. I think we'll see something big between Braun Strowman and Big Show. And I'm probably predicting Braun Strowman to win.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't been added in yet.
Well, I hope it's Braun Strowman, because if Mojo wins, then shit's going to hit the fan.
Literally. Oh god.
That's likely to be on the pre-show anyway. The other women's match, of course, the list I've got, it says TBA match, so they haven't actually said what type of match it is yet. They've just said Alexa's defending her title against any available women.
The Diva six-pack, the women's six-pack challenge. No, it's a women's scramble match or something.
Yeah.
The Punjabi prison match.
But to be honest, I've got very, very little interest in this match because it's one of those that they used to do a couple of years ago in WWE where they just didn't care about the women. They couldn't think of a rivalry and just threw them all into one match. There you go. Get them all on WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think this is one to obviously Naomi probably come out last and do her entrance and stuff. But I was hoping Asuka would just come out and just kick everyone up. But she needs to be on Raw. She needs to be on Raw because the Raw need women. Yeah, I think it's either. The thing is, I have to praise the SmackDown women because they have made that division really, really good on SmackDown. It's been a nice learning curve for all of them, except for Carmella. But yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be a really good match, but I predict that now if Naomi does come back, she wins the title again. Yeah, and that's it. And if not, then it's going to be a Alexa retain.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if Eva comes back as well.
yeah, surprise at WrestleMania. The fool.
Or her music plays and they delay her return.
Oh, she will now be back at SmackDown Live.
Tag team. The Raw Tag Team Championships on the line. With the club defending against Enzo and Cass and Cesaro and Sheamus. I actually just noticed the SmackDown tag titles aren't on the line.
No, I think because they obviously they did it on SmackDown previous week before, but yeah, which was a really, really good match. But this match, I believe it's going to be the opener, and I think that it's going to be the opener because Enzo and Cass will probably take this one down, and they need that entrance. So yeah, I think. Yeah, I haven't been happy with the run that the club has been given. I probably would have been more happy to see Tex Ferguson and Chad to bed as the tag team champs because I just think that they've been given a short straw a little bit. But it's gonna be an okay match, and I think that I think it would have been better to see the club against Cesaro and Sheamus. I think they would have just had a really, really, really good tough match, but. Nevertheless, I think that is going to be Enzo and Cass taking this one down.
Yeah, although I wish it was a few months earlier. I mean, they've really left it late for Enzo and Cass. Well, especially since they didn't win anything in NXT. It's very late for them.
Yeah.
What we got? We got Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship official now, which we kind of knew a couple of weeks ago they were going to make. And it's got to be some sort of no DQ match after the build they've had.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that.
Maybe Renee Young on a forklift match.
That would be hilarious. I think Baron Corbin takes this down, and I think that, this has to be a coming up party for Baron Corbin. I don't like his promos because they sound scripted. Talking smack when he's normal, he's better. But I'm looking forward to seeing this match because this should be Baron Corbin's coming out party. And yeah, Baron Corbin's win.
Yeah, and if it is an ODQ match, obviously Baron may not be as lazy as Brock last year, and we'll get a better match out of Ambrose.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope that they go out into the stadium and all this stuff. I think it needs that behind the scenes. I think it needs that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's end this predictions on a high because the Cruiserweight Championship is on the line as Neville defends against the WrestleMania debuting Austin Aries.
I think this match is going to be big. I think this could be a show stealer, but I would prefer it to be on the pre-show. And the reason why I say that is because I think they would get a lot more time if they were on the pre-show. We would get an amazing match, but we do want people's eyes on it. So I still reckon it's going to be a really good match. Neville, man, he has been amazing since his heel turn, and he's kept it up. He's had some really good matches with Jack Gallagher and Rich Swann, and there's no doubt in my mind that he continues this run with A-Double. But Will AEW take it from him? I don't know. I don't know. That's one I find hard to predict. What's your thoughts?
Well, we haven't seen the full extent of Austin Aries yet that we saw in TNA when he was world champion and having 5-star matches all the time. Obviously, he's just come back from the injury that he sustained from Shinsuke. But I think this will be where Aries really shows what he can do. And Neville's come such a long way as well. So yeah, potential show stealer. If they need more time, we could always put Brock and Goldberg on the pre-show.
Yeah,
That'll save us a couple of minutes.
I think maybe we go for a Neville win, and then I think when Austin Aries does eventually wins, he makes him tap out with Lance Chancery.
But WWE really don't like, making people wait. They just want to give people those moments like they did with Bayley.
Yeah, true.
But what better place to win your first title in WWE than at WrestleMania?
WrestleMania, the showcase of the Immortals.
And that's all 12 matches that we know of so far, so that's all WrestleMania covered. And of course, we all know that the night after will be unmissable because Raw after WrestleMania is the best Raw of the year.
Oh yeah.
I just hope they don't kill time this year with Flow Rider or something stupid.
Listen,
we don't need a concert.
Well, no, we don't. But you'll probably get Pitbull and Flow Rider on there.
Would
Somebody to go, give it a green light. Oh God.
We do have somebody singing "America the Beautiful" at the start. Somebody I don't know.
I know her, Tanashi. I know her very well, Tanashi.
She's done a soundtrack or something.
What, a soundtrack for WrestleMania?
A movie or anything.
A movie?
Honestly, I've never heard of her.
What, Tanashi?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, she's American. She's only been out. I think she's still on her debut album, maybe, but she's been out for a year. All I gotta say is check out the video. All hands on deck. That's all I gotta say, bro. Just watch it. Watch it. Yeah.
This is why I don't know her, because I don't follow the mainstream music anymore.
Yeah, all Max Wrestling listeners, make sure you check out All Hands on Deck, featured by Tinashe. Check that out. And she's the one that also sings that song with, I can't remember who they are, but it's the "All My Friends Are Wasted." That song. Yeah, she sings on that. I think that's Snake Hips featuring Tinashe. She sings that song as well. But yeah, check out All Hands on Deck, man. She's nuts. She's really, really good.
I can just imagine the Butcher bop into that.
All hands on deck. Yeah, that's all up in the front, all up in the back. Yeah.
Sounds like a Divas entrance music.
Jeez. Nah, not this song. I don't know which women would come out to this, but jeez, if they did, I'll be like, yeah. Maybe Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi or Eva.
Podcast. You may remember a man speaking. His name's Myers. You're on about wanting to take over. Time has come to take over. And you remember me? The Butcher, the man that donned the mask, full of hatred, full of vengeance, hatred, deceit. It's no secret that I despise humanity.
Did you think I was gone?
I believe that madness is a means to an end.
Give in to the madness.
I'm back home. Now, my voice will be heard. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Butcher's gonna buy you a mockingbird.
There is one thing you can't escape. Madness.
Max Wrestling Podcast presents PromoMania 2, Saturday, April 1st at 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern on Swerve Talk Network.
Or the famous WWE New York. Let's cut to WWE New York.
Oh, I hate when they renamed it to the World.
Oh,
I hated that.
We just recorded Armageddon, yeah, and Rob
Yeah.
Van Dam on the big fucking slippery slide out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's done. He was not only 3 months ago, he was main event in a pay-per-view for the title against Triple H.
Oh.
He were in Elimination Chamber. At the following pay-per-view, he's reporting live from World, giving his thoughts on Michaels and Triple H.
That's what happens when you break Triple H's larynx.
That's it. You got the ability
You don't get relegated to Superstars and Heat, you get relegated to the world.
That's it.
I think Evan's with us.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
You've been twitching a lot lately. By that I mean Twitch gaming.
Yeah. I'm getting into it now. The Steam quality is a bit shitty. So I'm working on that, trying to make it better. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Cool.
Once it fucking runs okay-ish.
Bit like WWE, when it runs okay, it's good, but
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I'm better than the WWE.
We're all better than the WWE.
It's a bit like a Brian Fantana thing in Anchorman. WWE is good 75% of the time. All of the time, that makes no sense.
Okay, so the main show is nearly upon us, so let's end this pre-show with a couple of announcements that I promised. First of all, Phoenix, it's your last episode for a while. You'll be taking some time off. You're leaving, man. But filling in for you is with us today, Mr. Dave Burnham.
Yo.
Big thank you for filling that seat.
My pleasure. I'll try and do my best.
Well, as long as you don't have a massive wingspan when you're landing, that deafens everybody, you'll be fine. So Phoenix hoping to leave with the championship today.
Oh, I'm going to be leaving with the championship today.
Ooh, them be fighting words.
Them be fighting words, they will.
Jim.
My one question to Phoenix is, what are you going to do when you don't? I need to know. I need to put you on the spot and get that response, because there's definitely, there's other guys in this room that want that title. Mike Larkin, I mean the walking cheat book. The walking cheat book wants to keep it. Mr. Burnham, undefeated so far, he wants it. And the evidence just waiting in the wings if we can snatch it.
In the words of Paul Heyman, I don't deal with possibilities, I deal with absolutes.
Well, it's
I absolutely guarantee that I will leave with a Max Wrestling.
Absolute sounds very similar to obsolete.
Absolute, I like that, because you made the same statement the last one.
Hold on, do you mean absolute vodka?
I like absolute.
Aperitif of hot dog.
Hot dogs are good, especially covered in cheese.
Oh.
Hot, creamy nacho cheese.
Depends. You can't have like thin hot dogs.
Oh yeah. Not everybody likes cheese on their sausage.
What was Power Rangers like?
Oh, I can't comment, unfortunately.
Oh, what? For fuck's sake, because I've just read it was shit.
Announcement number 2. Announcement number 2 is during this week we will finally be available on iTunes, including PromoMania. A link will be in the description for iTunes. And finally, following this week, Max Wrestling Podcast will be available on Fridays on YouTube. We're moving days. Currently you get the... Yeah, we're on a different day every week. Currently you get the Podomatic version a little bit earlier, and then you gotta wait till Saturday for the YouTube version. So from now on, The YouTube version will be available on Fridays at 4 PM UK time, 11 AM Eastern, and then the Podomatic audio only version will be available from Saturday. So there we go, there's all the announcements. I'll probably run through them again in the main show, but for now, let's get on to it. Following this, immediately on the Swerve Talk Network, is the main show for PromoMania, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss the last of the Phoenix.